guys, welcome to my channel where we discuss pop culture, nostalgia, food, and so much more. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing books. Today we're going to rank my favorite childhood series, Junie B. Jones. Created by Barbara Park, the series was published from 1992 to 2013. A brief summary, Junie B. Jones is about a young girl who's rambunctious. Wait, does anyone say rambunctious anymore? I would say wild, but I think rambunctious is more fitting. Anyway, she's rambunctious, and the series goes through her school life through kindergarten to first grade. Now, this series has inspired me, especially with the illustrations. Like, look at the book covers. The designs have distinguished patterns and has compelling face expressions and bright colors. If you don't know, I actually do the book covers on our own series, Onyx Kids Adventures and Onyx Kids School Days. As you can see, I took a lot of inspiration from Denise Brunkus, who was the official illustrator for Barbara Park for Junie B. Jones. So without further ado, we are going to rank them. Quick warning, there is a few biases and we are not going in any particular order. Let us get started. Before we start, let's categorize the rankings. S, of course, is for superior. A is going to be for iconic, B for underrated, C for simplicity, and D for don't remember much of the story, therefore it loses points. Let's start off with the very first one, the stupid smelly bus. It's going in A for iconic. Love her face expression, stance, and how the title just matches her face. This is definitely an A. Next is Sneaky Peeky Spying. This is also going in the A tier. I love the drawing design pattern of the hamper. I love the messy laundry. I just love drawing laundry. It's my favorite thing to draw. And the cherry on top has got to be the teeth in the glass cup. That is hilarious. Everything about the setting is hilarious. It's automatically going in the A tier. Next is One Man Band, and this has to be the most funniest cover of the series. Junie B looks petrified. Even her outfit is obscure. Like, is that a can hat? This is a 10 out of 10. This is going in the S tier. Next is Junie B. Jones is a party animal. Now, I'm going to be biased on this one simply because it's my favorite book in the whole series. And it's such a simple concept. Basically, it's Junie B going to a sleepover at her rich friend's house and basically, like the title says, acting like a party animal. I'm going to be ranking this an A because favoritism wins. Next, we got Junie B. Jones has a peep in her pocket. And I'm going to be ranking this a C. It's simple, I like simplicity, and yeah, I think it's just a really good cover. I'm also going to be putting Toothless Wonder at C as well. Simple, but done really well. Next, we got Shipwrecked. 10 out of 10, all because of the prop ship. It looks like it's been made by a child with the scribbles on the side and the poorly attempted tape on the front. I also dig the lighting of the spotlight on Junie B. This is S tier. Next up, we got Junie B. Jones loves handsome Warren, and I gotta say, the outfit carried hard. She was the moment. It's the oversized gloves for me. It's the starry skirt for me. It's the bejeweled hat for me, or crown, and the dog collar. Either way, this is completely underrated, so I'm gonna give this a B. Next is Junie B is not a crook, and I'm ranking this an A solely based on her face expression. She looks like she doesn't even know what's going on. To her, it's a school picture, not a mugshot. Next, we got Junie B. Jones is Captain Field Day, and I'm going to be ranking this a C because the cover reminds me of Captain Underpants. I'm not fond of Captain Underpants. Regardless, the outfit is still cute. Next is Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed. This is an S tier. The monster is terrifying. I mean, look at the long fangs, the big ears, the disgusting drool. And the way its eyes shift down at Junie B, it's just scary. I mean, this is fantastic. The next cover is going to be another S tier, and that is Boo, and I mean it. I love the circular shape of Junie B's overalls. That is drawn so well, and the shadow behind her is just giving a lot of Halloween. This is another 10/10 cover. It's going on S tier. Next is Cheater Pants. Instead of the usual face front, we are getting a back. Another simple cover. Everything about it emphasizes cheating. It's going in the C tier list. Next, we got Junie B Jones smells something fishy. And may I just say, the fish is caring. It looks like one of those talking fish mantles that would sing. I love how her face looks so patient. Like, I can just imagine the conversation she's having with the fish. Like, hey, come on, Rufus, let's get moving. Don't just stand there, just keep swimming. Or flopping. As if it's a dog. By the way, that's exactly how I imagine her voice. Completely underrated, this is going in B. This next cover, Junie B Jones is a graduation girl, makes me want to know why there are purple stains on her nice white graduation gown. And all she's doing is just shrugging it off like it's no big deal. I give it a B for underrated. Next is Junie B Jones and the Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, and this is going in the A tier, just for face and wordplay and the little cake cameo. Next is Junie B Jones and that meanie Jim's birthday. This is an A because of Gracie, Junie B's friend. I mean, she was carrying the cover from left to right. Her puzzle looked, her natural hair, her purple sweater, she was giving everything. Give it up for Gracie. Next is Junie B Jones is almost a flower girl. This is going in C. The title and the cover matches perfectly well. Very simple, to the point. I like simplicity. Next is Junie B Jones is a beauty shop guy. Hear me out. I'm gonna put this in the B for underrated, simply because I am a sucker for beauty art. Whether it be makeup or hair stuff, I like drawing it and I also like looking at it. This is simply a B. Next is the Mushy Gushy Valentine. This is an S tier. I am a sucker for Valentine covers. Her outfit is fabulous. The card is extravagant. Even her headband is over the top and I love it. And the wordplay? Mwah! Chef kiss. 11 out of 10. The next Junie B Jones book cover we're covering is Boss of Lunch. Now, I don't know why, but she gives me lunch lady vibes. I don't know if it's the glasses, haircut, or the fact that she yells a lot. I'm going to go with all the above, and we're going with B for underrated. Next is Junie B, first grader at last. You guys, Junie B is older now. Look how shy she looks hiding behind her journal and her new glasses. Yes, I'm definitely gonna have to put this at A. Everything about this is so cute, so adorable. This is definitely an A. Next one is Junie B, Be My Valentine. Like I said, I am a sucker for Valentine covers. This is automatically going in S tier. Next up is Aloha. I love this cover. She's going all out with her floaty, goggles, flippers, her lao. She is living it out. I also like how the cover is also like a picture. I dig those type of covers. This is automatically going in the S tier. Next is Dumb Bunny. I remember really liking the events of this book. It's hilarious and Junie looks so over it wearing the bunny suit. This is definitely going to be an S. Next is Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, P.S. So Does May. I know, what a title. Now, I remember really laughing at this joke because this is the first time I heard the Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg, and I thought that was just hilarious. I love the Christmas cover with the candy canes, with Junie's elf costume, and it just looks so Christmassy. I'm gonna have to give this an S as well. The next one we have is Turkey We Have Loved and Eaten and Other Thankful Stuff. What a title. Because I'm not familiar with the story, I feel like this is the only book I haven't read, I'm going to give this a D for I don't know, even though this is strictly about covers. The cover's good, but I'm still going to be giving this a D. And the last two we're going to be reviewing is Big Fat Mouth and Little Monkey Business. Again, don't remember much about these two. I read them, but it's just faded in my memory. And because of that, they kind of lose points. They're good covers, but because of my loss of memory, I can't really rank them. This book series really shaped my childhood. I just want to dedicate this video to Barbara Park, who died at the age of 66 in 2013. She sold 55 million books alone across North America, and her legacy continues to live on. Hey guys, welcome to my channel where we discuss pop culture, nostalgia, food, and so much more. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing food. Most importantly, breakfast food. The level of creativity of snack commercials in the 2000s are never as talked about as it should be. There was a time where many of the commercials were story-driven. Short 15-20 second plots, but yet it was so captivating to me as a kid. So today I decided to rank some of my favorite snack commercials, specifically cereals. So we got S for superior, A for good, B for simple, C for average, and D for I don't care. Without further ado, let's get started. Here I go, I am cinnamon. The Applejack cereal brand has gone through some interesting advertisement with the mascots Bad Apple, a competitive sabotaging apple, and laid-back Jamaican cinnamon. Introduced in 2004, the brand had 3 stages on how they advertised the cereal with the mascots. 1, Cinnamon was upstaging Apple by getting to the bowl first, and Apple would always try to sabotage Cinnamon from getting to the bowl first. And let me tell you, some were not pleased that something as healthy as an apple was portrayed as a villain, so that was dropped. Then there was friendly competition between Bad Apple and Cinnamon. They were still racing, but at least Apple refrained from his sabotaging ways. And finally, they were fused together. Not on purpose, but at least they got to the bowl together. I gotta say, I really like the race to the bowl goal. I mean, I think they did a really good job having the same goal, but with different concepts. This is an A. Just follow your nose for the fruity taste that shows. Toucan Sam has been Froot Loops mascot since the cereal's debut in 1963. The Froot Loops brand commercials are usually adventure-based, where Uncle Toucan, along with his 3 nephews, search for the treasured Froot Loops that are usually being guarded by a scary villain, but are beaten in a matter of seconds. But at the end, the Froot Loops are shared amongst the birds and the villain. These commercials did a really good job with the whole journey trope. I mean, the world building is amazing, the villains are cool, and we even get a little action. Even debuting the limited editions were easy because it's seen as rare treasure. No question about it, this is definitely a 10-10. This is going in S tier. Side note, what was up with the uncle and nephews pairing back then? Sonny the Cuckoo Bird was introduced in 1962 to the Cocoa Puffs brand. This bird is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I gotta say, this is one of the quirkiest commercials. I mean, this bird cannot escape chocolate no matter what. It's low-key sad. He tries everything. He tries putting it in the safe, but it turns into chocolate. He tries running away by going in a taxi, but the taxi turns into Cocoa Puffs. And then he tries escaping in a plane, but that doesn't work either. As a big chocolate fan, this was one of my favorite cereals to eat growing up. And in a way, I can kinda understand Sonny. I mean, the milk turned into chocolate. The milk, and I love chocolate milk. I mean, it's just getting points for just being true to its commercial. These are the most memorable commercials to me, and for that, I'm giving it an A. They're great! Probably one of, if not the most iconic breakfast mascot is Tony the Tiger. Debuting in 1952, he has been portrayed as an encouraging coach to both kids and adults. These types of commercials were more live action that had a very cheerful and motivating message of not giving up. Even though the commercials were more sports related, even if you weren't into sports, you can find the messages very uplifting. You guys want to be like motivated or encouraged? I suggest you watch one of the Frosted Flakes commercials. You know, it just goes to show you that not everything has to be silly, and sometimes we just need a hopeful message, and I think that's what Frosted Flakes represents. I can see why it's one of the best-selling cereals in the country. This is definitely going in S tier. They are magically delicious. Lucky Charms, one of America's favorite brands with another iconic mascot, Lucky, created in 1963. As its tagline says, the cereal is represented as magical, more specifically its marshmallows, which are icons of different charms such as horseshoes, hourglasses, clovers, and more. The advertisement is fairly simple. Kids want Lucky Charms, but Leprechaun doesn't want to share, so he uses his marshmallow powers to get away, but it seems it is used to his disadvantage, and that would basically be the same format. Kids want Lucky Charms, Leprechaun says, I think not. He uses his magic and magic works, but not in his favor, and that's basically it. It's a very simple concept, and because of that, I'm gonna give it a B. Not gonna lie, I actually forgot this cereal existed. The Cookie Crisp brand has gone through a few mascot changes, from a wizard to a cop and crook to a dog, until it settled into a wolf. A thieving wolf who likes to steal cereals from kids. He'll do anything in his power to get the cookie cereal. His go-to was making crazy inventions. He gets points deducted for stealing, and because it's another simple concept, I'm gonna be putting it at B. Nobody can say no to Honey Nut Cheerios, especially being one of the most popular cereals in America. Buzz Bee is the Honey Nut Cheerios mascot. Fun fact, a 5th grader from Texas named the mascot after winning a national contest, so I think that is cool. In some commercials, at least the ones that I remember, Buzz was always portrayed as a superhero. The storyline would go, Buzz is enjoying his cereal with his friends when suddenly a villain steals the cereal. Buzz goes after the villain and uses his hive scepter to blast Honey and save the day. Superhero trope. Good concept, but fairly average. I'm going to be placing this in C. Silly Rabbit, tricks are for kids. Now, granted, we never really had the trick cereal in the house as much as we had the yogurt, but that's a topic for another video. Silly Rabbit made his debut in 1955. His main purpose is to trick kids into giving him the trick cereal. You get it? Tricks. He's a trickster. Just like its tagline, the commercials focuses on Rabbit's obsession with trick cereal and how he always attempts to steal it, but fails, and which the kids resort to saying, Silly Rabbit, tricks are for kids. First off, I love the wordplay. Him being a trickster whilst the cereal being named Tricks, that's really cool. I even like all his disguises he wears to trick the kids, and I think it's pretty silly that it only takes seeing his ears where they finally recognize him. I really dig this concept a lot, so I'm gonna give this an A. The most horrifying cereal commercial, hands down, has to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Let's talk about the face of the brand, which are the cereal themselves. They remind me of the Minions when being portrayed in commercial. Multiple creatures, unintelligible talking, and all shaped the same. Now, I don't think the Minions themselves are horrifying. No. I think the cinnamon people are horrifying. Why, you may ask? Well, they were eating each other. Yeah, seriously. Sometimes even eating themselves. I guess the taste is so irresistible that one must eat one another in order to be satisfied. Yeah, these types of commercials are pretty out of pocket for my taste. I'm gonna be placing this in the D category. Reese's Puff, the peanut butter chocolate flavored cereal that had the infamous rap jingle created by songwriter Kevin Miles. He has to have said in an interview with Ad Age in February 2022 that the Reese's Puff brand wanted to make the kids, not the cereal, the hero, by focusing on the insight that teenagers feel like that they have zero control in their lives, convincing kids that if they would pour themselves a bowl of Reese's Puff, nothing but good things would happen. The result was the perfect breakfast cereal. Basically, if you pour yourself a bowl of Reese's Puffs, all your wishes would come true, like going to school in a limousine or having a concert at home. It's a cute concept, but honestly, this is only getting a higher ranking because of the song. Reese's Puffs, peanut butter chocolate flavor. No doubt about it, this is going in the S tier. Just imagine all of the cheap app games that you can think of. and then dump it on the most iconic shows of the 2000s. Mash it up and you got DisneyChannel.com. Ah yes, good old DisneyChannel.com. You know, that was my Disney Plus back in my day. The most vivid memory I have of the site is when they were promoting Cinderella 3, and me and my siblings would binge all the clips on there. We even made a deal with our parents to clean the whole house, well, the whole house meaning our bedrooms, so they can rent it from Blockbuster. And because I have so much wonderful memories of DisneyChannel.com, it's only natural that I make a tier list ranking all the games. The tier list will go as follow: S for superior, A for great, B for good but almost there, C for okay, and D for absolutely not. Lilo and Stitch had some iconic characters, including the character 625. This sandwich-loving alien needs to stack up on all the goods for a sandwich. That includes meat, cheese, pickles, lettuce, mayo, mustard, top off with bread. But one must be careful when moldy food or shoes might drop off from the sky and land on his perfect sandwich. Who doesn't like the classic sandwich making game? The stakes are high when trying to catch all the ingredients, and it heightens when you have to avoid certain foods at the same time. One of the most popular games on the site. I'm gonna have to give this an A. I hope that The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody becomes that show in 20 years where people show their kids and then the kids roast it and then the parents roast back their kids' current shows that they watch, and then we be smug knowing that our show was better than our kids. Which brings me to this iconic game, Pizza Party Pickup. For this pizza party, you must collect items such as different pizzas, fruit, and other fun festives. The maze game got harder every level, and it seems that the adults got even faster when trying to catch you. My anxiety will hit through the roof every time I would play this game, so I'm gonna give this game an S tier. Stuck in a jungle after a plane crash, the tale of the rabbit and dog Brandy and Mr. Whiskers is an underrated gem of a show. Though not much can be said about the game, Brandy the dog is a fashionista. She is preparing for the runway whilst the rabbit, Mr. Whiskers, does random reactions of approvals and disapprovals. Sometimes me and my siblings would dress Brandy in the trashiest fits and just burst out laughing when we got roasted by Mr. Whiskers. The game is simple with the goal of just trying to look good in the jungle. It's not my favorite, but it's a good memory, so I'm gonna put it at D. In a series of episodes showcasing relationships, bullying, and everyday teenage drama, you can find an occasional moment when Puff the dog is getting tortured by his owner's grandchildren, BB and Cece. Puff the dog must find his way to his owner, Sugar Mama, and by that he must get to the genie lamp and avoid Sugar Mama's grandbabies. It's an extremely simple game, the typical collect and avoidance setting. I think the only reason I played this game was to watch the random mini shorts at the end, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And because of the extra Proud Family content, I'm gonna be giving this a B. The fictional fast food restaurant Bueno Nacho is the TV show's Kim Possible's Taco Bell. In this game, you're hired as an employee. You must quickly operate the machines and fulfill all the orders on time. I would personally say that this was one of the best games on the site. Not only do you have to keep up with all the orders, but the possibility of accidentally pressing the wrong machine on the wrong order was almost inevitable because of how fast the food passes by. I like the difficulty of this game, and because of that, I'm going to be giving this an A. Anything is possible for a possible. Well, except for this game. JK. Based on the TV movie, the game features different Kim Possibles of the past, present, and future. Now, personally, I don't remember playing the present or future as much as I remember playing the past. I remember really enjoying the whole kindergarten setting, so much so I used to draw pictures of it all the time. This game has everything. It has fighting, defeating villains, completing missions. It's definitely going in the S tier category. No game can be as iconic as Tipped in Trouble. The twins must hang all the posters of their aspiring singer mom around the hotel without getting caught, using elevators and stairs, and of course avoiding the adults.
combined with the iconic theme song that adds to the chase, and also not to mention the hilarious bobblehead characters, this game is entertaining and represents everything about the show, which is chaos. I'm definitely giving this an S. Buzz on Maggie is one of those shows that once you hear the theme song, you go, oh yeah, I remember that. But I totally suggest you guys listen to the theme song. It's awesome. Protagonist Maggie is a tween fly living in a junkyard society. And what junkyard is a junkyard without germs? Maggie must gather all the wild germs that's loose in her hometown. And FYI, germs are like wild animals in that show. Not an iconic game, but it's severely underrated. I'm going to be placing this in B. Guys, this was part 1 of my ranking of Disney Channel online games. Let me know which game was your favorite so far, and stay tuned for part 2. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! This is part 2 of tier listing Disney Channel online games. Part 1 was more focused on the popular games, so in this video, I will be highlighting many of the underrated games of the site. Now, I never watched the show Dave the Barbarian, but for some reason, I would always play the game. The show is set in the Middle Ages where Dave, the cowardly barbarian, lives in a kingdom with his 2 sisters, while his parents, the king and queen, are fighting away evil. Whilst being known as a barbarian, he's actually the complete opposite, being a scaredy cat most of the time and would prefer to spend his days cooking. The game, Faffy Zap, features a pig-like dragon and is the family's pet. Now, Faffy agrees to help Dave clean the castle by fire breathing at the garbage. But also, you gotta make sure he's fed because, fire breathing takes a lot of energy. This game is fun to a certain extent. I guess because I didn't watch the show, I don't really have any attachment to it. And because of that, I'm gonna be giving it a C. We talked about Brandy and Mr. Whiskers in the last video, where I rated the fashion game as okay-ish. But this game right here is one of the funnest and most underrated game on the site. You can feel the tide going fast as you surf through the jungle river, just as much as you can feel the bumps of logs and rocks that you must avoid when leafboarding. Collecting points is the objective, but to be honest, the only thing I was focused on was how long I could ride the waves without crashing. This game is so fun, but at some point the bumps get a little bit too much. Despite that, it's so fun, so I'm gonna be rating it an A. Hannah Montana's Jackson's Beach Treat Delivery. I really loved looking at the intro right before the game started because look how delicious those milkshakes look. It looks so good. Now, the premise of the game starts off with Jackson, Hannah Montana's older brother, who works at Rico's surf shop, and his objective is to deliver all the right ice cream milkshakes to the right customer. My favorite part of the game was hearing the clink of the glass cups after delivering the milkshakes. Very ASMR to me. I love the rush that the game makes you feel. It makes you want to complete as much orders that you can. It's one of my favorite games, so I'm gonna be giving this an S. That's So Raven was my childhood. I would watch every rerun. I had the doll and the poster, and that theme song was my anthem. Corey Baxter, the little brother of Raven Baxter, is money obsessed and would do anything to gain it. Much like the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody game, the objective is to collect money around the house and avoid the adults while doing it. The game is fairly simple. I always thought that the little piggy bank was cute. One of the problems that I had with the game was that there was no music, just beeping sounds. Not even a little jingle or the That's So Raven theme song. Music is everything, so the lack of it in this game is disappointing, so I'm going to be rating this a C. The Emperor's New School was one of my favorite shows growing up. Cusco, the protagonist, was a vain, mean, spoiled teenage emperor until circumstances changed him for the good and he became less mean, even though he was low-key still vain. In the series, he must go to Cusco Academy and pass all his classes to become emperor, or else Yzma, his enemy, will take over as emperor. In the game Cusco's Quest for Gold, he must do a series of Olympic-type games to win the trophies, such as hurdles, long jumps, javelin throwing, and more. As much as I love the series, the game was okay, so I'm going to be putting it at B. The Replacements was an interesting show. It features two orphan siblings that stumble across an ad featuring a cell phone that a company produces where they have a program to replace or substitute people that can usually do a better job than the former. The siblings use it to their advantage to replace coaches, babysitters, lifeguards, zookeepers, librarians, and even their own parents. Keep in mind they're orphans in the start of the show. Usually the Replacements goes wrong and there's always a lesson attached to it. The game Riley's Cell Phone Search and Rescue features Todd, the brother, losing his replacement cell phone. His older sister Riley decides to rescue it by using her mom's spy gears in order to retrieve it back. The game is complex, but in a good way. There are several gadgets you get to use, several other instructions you gotta follow, and there's a lot of things to look out for. Like, at one point it got really scary when this bully and nerd was right on your tail. I forgot how much fun I had playing this game. It's super underrated, guys, and because of that, I'm going to be giving it an S. You guys, that is my complete tier list of Disney Channel online games. Let me know what you guys want me to review next, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!